Swear it ain't nothing but rage.
Here he is, people. Your friendly neighborhood DP Brown, right here, back again with another Kickstarter for you guys to try to back and see what we got going on here and everything. I'm so excited to launch this new Kickstarter here. It is for the Theme of Thieves, the Krayzeman Returns Book I. Can't help it. So I just can't wait for you guys to check this out. It basically collects the first 4 issues that were in stores last year. Okay, we've done like really great with Comicsburg. With being put into the stores, having distribution. With Diamond and everything. Unfortunately, the circumstances with Diamond has us looking for another distribution edge and everything. So we're going to try to get some more stuff into you guys' store. But with this actually gives you a chance to actually get the collection of the first 4 issues. If you didn't really get them in stores, or if you only got like 1 or 2 or 3, or maybe you even got all 4, but just want like a signed copy for your shelf and everything. Now that we got this in a square bound form, we can actually have you put this on your shelf. So it's not a floppy, it's actually a trade paperback. It took me a while to get to this point, and I'm so happy I've gotten here. So without further ado, we will go ahead and launch the Kickstarter, all right, for the Theme of Thieves trade paperback. All right. So let me first let you see like the what it looks like. If I can get it up there. You know how to work these things, buddy? There we go. All right. Kickstarter launch for the Theme of Thieves trade paperback book 1. Woo! Man, it is crazy. Crazy out here in these streets and everything. Thanks for everybody who's joining. Also, too, I was supposed to get on about a couple hours ago, but due to like work stuff and everything, I had to jump on a little late and everything. Boy, I wish this was my actual job that I was doing full time. So if you guys could back as much as possible, maybe I can actually make this a full-time job so I can get you out more issues a lot faster and everything. All right. But nevertheless, we'll get to that point. Maybe we'll get picked up and have a massive funding come from somewhere so we can get like all the issues and trade paperbacks that we need as far as this and everything. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my Kickstarter here. And for those who are watching, just make sure that, you are going to comicsburg.com. Make sure that you are following me right here, DP Brown, at Dog Pound Brown. Oh, another thing I noticed too, we got a QR code up here now. So, StreamYard is actually putting up QR codes. So if you got your phone, if you're on your laptop or desktop or even tablet or whatever, just, get your phone, tag that QR code and go straight to like the Kickstarter when it launches and everything. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. For the launch here. Oh boy. See, we work real long and hard for these Kickstarters to come. And so this starts today and it's going to end at the end of November. And it's always like a nerve-wracking when you're a creator. You try to do as much business as possible and everything on the business side and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm an artist. I try to do my best to, make sales, go to conventions and do my thing as far as, getting the word out there. But I mean, it's stuff that you just got to do in order to get your stuff out there. You can't hide in a closet and expect the stuff to reach the people and everything. So Without further ado, like I said, I'm going to go kick my Kickstarter off, and I am ready to launch. So it says the project has been approved. Okay. So want to make sure that I got everything all together and everything. So here we go. Launching a Kickstarter. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Here we go. Let's launch. Oh! Launching the Kickstarter. There we go. All right. It is launched. The project is now live. Whew, man. All right. So they sending me a survey saying, how's it going? I've just started the Kickstarter, so I don't know yet. All right. So, but nevertheless, like I said, we are starting, the Kickstarter. So people should be getting notifications that the launch is happening and everything. Already got a backer. Thank you, David. Thank you for backing. I appreciate you so much, man. That makes a brother feel good. That makes a bro feel good. You know what I'm saying? You launch like 2 seconds later, bam, you got like a pledge and everything. So definitely appreciate that. Oh man, okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get it going and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video that I have with the Kickstarter. So I just make sure I got everything all in here. We're going to play like the video, and you guys are going to see everything that's going to come with this Kickstarter that I did for the Theme of Thieves trade paperback, The Krayzeman Returns, like I say, collecting issues 1 through 4. All right, here we go.
This your friendly neighborhood DP Brown, writer and creator of The Theme of Thieves and co-owner of Comicsburg.
I really enjoyed these 3 comics here. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's definitely a very heavy storyline.
My name is DP Brown, and I'm the creator and the writer of The Theme of Thieves. I'm from Cleveland. Look, I love comics, and I created a time-traveling adventure that will teach as well as entertain you. The Theme of Thieves is about 2 teens, Rebecca and Jason, and a mysterious being called the Man in the Red Suit, who traveled through time to try to solve the mystery of why people are disappearing in the present. So when the Kickstarter is done, I plan to finish the artwork for the issue, do a small print run for all my backers, make the exclusive metal items and stickers for the campaign, and also put funds towards making issue 5. I want to thank everyone in advance who made it this far in the video. But don't take my word for it. Here are some others who checked out The Theme of Thieves.
It's a great book. I can't wait to see what DP has for the rest of the series.
Theme of Thieves is great, and I'm curious to see where this goes, see how these characters change and evolve, and what the mysteries are unfolding, because there's still a lot to be uncovered as why people are disappearing.
And all of those Krayzeman scenes are always really well done. Guys, I really, really dig those sequences. But what changes with those sequences is the way that I interpret that character in the story. No, this dude is just being thrown around and doesn't understand it either, which I like. It's like a whole different phase of the character I did not know was going to happen. You took me by surprise, DP. You took me, and now you got me.
So this is a sample copy. So basically what you're getting in book 1, the first 4 issues, that was in stores last year. And you will also get a bonus copy preview of Echo of Evanescence, my new novel that will be coming out in stores next year. I cannot wait for you guys to see this book. And I cannot wait for you guys to get real excited about what's happening in the issues and also in the book that'll be coming out next year in stores. Okay, so you actually get a 24-page preview when you get the graphic, or when you get the graphic novel trade paperback.
Here's what I need you guys to do. Go to the story section in this Kickstarter. There's a preview to my comic. If you like what you see, make the pledge. Hey, that was awesome. Got like three backers so far, or a couple backers so far and everything. So maybe I'm counting ahead and stuff, but yeah, got a couple backers so far. So definitely appreciate you. Thanks for supporting your boy. You know, he's on here, you know, working these lanes, working these streets, you know what I'm saying? You know, just making sure that we're staying on top of things here. But definitely thank you for everybody, you know, supporting so far. One thing I do want to let you guys know that if you are a day one backer, okay, we got some good stuff for day one backers. Day one backers and all day one backers that are pledge to the physical edition, you know, of any tier that has a physical edition will get a Theme of Thieves metal bookmark included. That's right. Day one backers only will get a Theme of Thieves metal bookmark included. Okay, so basically from now until tomorrow at midnight, you have time to you know, pledge and get that Theme of Thieves trade paperback, and also included Theme of Thieves metal bookmark. All right, so make sure that you guys are going to like the site. You know, make sure that you are getting that QR code clicked and everything, and going on the Kickstarter to see what I got. You know, and go ahead and pledge to, like I said, to day one. So we're going to go to and look at some of the things that I have in store for this Kickstarter this time around. And basically, it's just something for everyone. You know, if you never jumped on Theme of Thieves before, if this is like your first time, this is a really great, you know, starting point. It completes the first arc with the first 4 issues, and includes, like you said in the video, a 24-page preview, of the Echo of Evanescence, Echo of Evanescence novel. Okay, I can't talk today anyway. So, all right. So this is what you're going to see in the trade paper. in the Kickstarter here. So, all right. So you got the story section, and you have you know, basically everything I got going on here. Of course, it's a Theme of Thieves cover for the Krayzeman Returns Book I. Like I said, day one backers get a Theme of Thieves metal bookmark. For anyone who backs the physical, not digital, for the physical edition, you will get a bookmark. So make sure that you're getting that. What is the Theme of Thieves, you ask? Okay. So basically, it's about 2 teens and a mysterious being, that guy right there, the man in the red suit. They're traveling through time, and they're trying to solve a mystery of why people disappear in the present. So if you're a big fan of like Lost, if you're a big fan of Quantum Leap, if you're a big fan of The Wire, you would definitely enjoy what we got going on here with the Theme of Thieves. Okay. So it basically, there's an event that's been happening in the book called Evanescence. It's been happening since the 1800s. So what if a family member just randomly disappeared? And this has been happening for the past couple centuries, and it's still happening in the present. People have no rhyme or reason why it's still happening, and want to know if there's anything that could be done to stop it. Okay, because you may have like dinner, with a Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner with your family or friends, and a person, you know, sitting at the table just randomly disappears. Bam. How will society react to that? How would, you know, religions, you know, react? How would politics be? How would just your life react if one day somebody just randomly, you know, just disappeared, you know, that you were really, you know, involved with or loved, or, you know, just had a friend and everything, you know, in your life and everything. So this is what that story tells. And my protagonists are going back in time, going through like trials and tribulations, coming of age, trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. All right, so I'm gonna make this a little bigger here. All right, there we go. All right, So if this is your first time here, in the story section, you will see like a bunch of different panels that start from the first issue, and go through like some different plot points in the first issue. And we can, see what's going on, with parts of the story and everything. It starts off with, right down there in Georgia, a slave master goes to check on his slaves and everything, tries to take, one of his slaves to, a close quarters, and tries to do God knows what and everything. Then all of a sudden she randomly disappears. This here is the beginning of the event. Okay. So, you'll find out in the issue what happens after, she disappears and what happens with him. So we fast forward to the present. We meet Rebecca Rose. She's one of my protagonists in the issue and everything. And she's like a coming of age teenager, goes to like Marshall and Cleveland. So parts of it takes place in Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So she goes to a Cleveland high school. And she's just going through like some stuff and everything. So as your regular teenage stuff, she's grabbing her phone, seeing what's going on and everything, discussing life with her dad. Next here we see like Jason Gable. He's another one of my protagonists that goes to the same school that Rebecca does. And basically, he's just going through his trials and tribulations as well. He's being bullied in school. He gets bullied by his dad. He gets physically abused and stuff. So he's just going through some real life crazy stuff, because he's so, withdrawn and everything. He loves playing video games and stuff. He's just, going through his stuff. His dad, this is a flashback right here where his dad is teaching him some things about realities of life. So when you get the trade paperback, you'll see exactly what's going on with that. And here we have like the mysterious Krayzeman, who's just like in Paris, France, and he just randomly just disappears right there. Here we have like a party that Jason is going to, and he steps on somebody's shoes. They end up just whipping his butt and pulling his and just doing some crazy mean things to him, and everyone's taking pictures, and he's just getting straight up embarrassed. Rebecca here, she has dreams of the man in the red suit. Okay. And all the way up until he actually appears in real life in the present and everything. So basically the first 4 issues covers the plot that goes from like, number 1 all the way up to number 4. 168 pages. It's suggested for mature readers. Okay. Oh, wow. I just got a comment from my man Grant, who's doing Memoirs of the Morbid. You'll see his Kickstarter here saying that Facebook is charging for comments. So that doesn't make sense. Anyway, we'll get back to that. So like I said, this offers a 24-page preview of the prequel novel, Echo of Evanescence, and it's written, co-written by Jessica Sims. Jessica is a really great, writer that that I was able to collaborate with to really fill out, a lot of the lore that we have happening with the Theme of Thieves, and it takes place before the first book and everything. So I'm so happy to have her join the universe and actually flesh out a lot of the stuff that's happening in the universe. Okay, so when you check out the story section, you'll see a lot of things that's going on with this. So everything that you're getting with this, you'll get the Theme of Thieves, trade paperback, obviously. Like I said, a preview of the first 24 issues. You could get all physical backers will get an exclusive Krayzeman sticker. Okay, Epicurean, the Krayzeman is who he's called. Even have like a Comicsburg trade paperback bundle tier. Oh man, so excited about this. You get not only my book, The Theme of Thieves, you also get the Edge, the first collects the first 4 issues of book 1 of that trade paperback. You will also get Beowulf. Beowulf is one of Comicsburg's most popular, series, and this collects Grant Laker's first 6 issues from the of the most popular, Beowulf. That's the one that you read. Yep, back in high school and everything. So, all right. And it's basically about a legendary dragon slayer reincarnated as a 30-something slacker. So, you know, how about that? And the Edge is it's basically a drug that gives you superpowers at the cost of your life or your sanity. So think G.I. Joe meets the X-Men. Oh, man. That sounds like some exciting stuff that Comicsburg just has to offer. So you're definitely getting that. All digital backers, you know, I haven't left you out too, digital backers. So, you know, if you're a digital backer, you will get stuff for like your tablets, for your smartphones, and all digital backers, and it will include items that basically give you like the Theme of Thieves trade paperback, but in digital form. You also get audio commentary featuring me talking about, you know, the book. Okay, and also on top of that, you also get like a original script of the first 4 issues. It says issue 4 here, but it says it's the first 4 issues. And also the Krayzeman theme of Theme of Thieves, Krayzeman Reds MP3. So that's something I personally made. So let's hear it.
Krayzeman, red. Black with the yellow tie, dead. First you turn them on, then you turn them off. Poof goes the crazy man, now he's gone. Krayzeman, red. Black with the yellow tie, dead. First you turn them on, then you turn them off. Poof goes the crazy man, now he's gone. Krayzeman.
Now the funny thing about that song is basically an in-universe song where kids in the book have been singing this since like, you know, like the 30s, 40s, 50s and everything. And it's just carried over time. And I've got some of my kids singing the song in the background, and, you know, people not really commenting on it and everything, but it just alludes to that this song exists in the universe and everything. So this is like the live version of what that song actually sounds like. Retailers. So if you are a retailer, you will get a bundle. You can get a bundle from it. All right. So it's 5 issues. 5 trade paperbacks and a signed copy for your store in a tier that includes like an exclusive Theme of Thieves t-shirt. Now the t-shirts, the size will depend on the availability and everything. So if you do end up getting this bundle here, I'll let you know what sizes we have available for you for that particular tier. So but it gives you a copy to get the Theme of Thieves trade paperback in your stores, and, you know, basically selling it, you know, at a really good price and everything. So we'll let you put it down there. And this is your boy. So meet the team. This is me. Y'all see me, so you know who I am. DP Brown, your friendly neighborhood. The artist for issues 3 and 4 is Ruben Gonzalez. Now he's a really good artist, a Marvel comic and Disney artist that did like Ant-Man. He did some stuff for DC, the Scarlet Spider. You know, he also did like some stuff for Voltron. He's worked some really good stuff in the comic industry, and I was blessed enough to get him to do my third and fourth issues. So thank you, Ruben. You know, thank you. Dan Ickes. He did the first 2 issues. This is the one who just, you know, he was a good mentor in me actually getting into, you know, doing Kickstarters, making sure I got my own stuff, you know, in, and making sure that it was done correctly and everything, or done as best as possible. And it's given me so much encouragement and making sure my stuff was, you know, correct and everything. So he did the first artwork for the first 2 issues. So thank you, Dan, for that. Alex Zia, you know, she did the coloring for the first 2 issues and everything, done some really great coloring and stuff. Unfortunately, you know, because of they had to work on other projects, I could only get them to do the first 2 issues. Then I end up picking up, like I said, Ruben Gonzalez to do 3 and 4, and he does the coloring for 3 and 4 as well and everything. So, you know, she's done some really good stuff. Marco Della Verde, who does all my lettering, he did all the lettering for issues 1 through 4. He does such a good job and makes my stuff actually look like a comic. So definitely thank you, Marco, for that. And also too, Ruben, we got him to do a specialized character drawing. You can either do get a color drawing, or a black and white, and he will do a specialized color or black and white drawing of your choice. And it would just be one figure. And this is an example of what it would look like. You can make it anything. You can make it yourself. You can make it a character in a book. You can make it, a football player, baseball player, anything that you can think of, for him to actually, put on paper. He will do it in color for one character, either in black and white or color. So make sure that you guys, check that out and back that. So I'm back on Kickstarter, and this is probably like the best platform for me to actually, put my stuff on and everything. So far, I've done over like $12,000 worth of Kickstarters and everything. So I know people done more, but I'm up there too, so I'm trying to put myself in like the realms of what's good and everything. So this Kickstarter is going to run from today until November the 1st, midnight. And the digital release date for the release date for the Kickstarter that backers will receive will be in December. And I'm going to try to do my best to have the physical delivery of the books in December / January. So it's going to be either one of those two. I'm going to try to do as much as I can to get the printing done, which is what this Kickstarter is for, to get the printing up and done, so we can get this, to you guys, for the holidays and stuff. It's the holidays coming up, so you want to have some good stuff in your hand. Maybe you want to get this as a gift for someone, who's being introduced to this universe and everything. So make sure that you guys going back. You're definitely going to enjoy it. Like I said, if you want to get it, if you already got the stuff for yourself, get it as a gift for someone else. Okay, because I am signing, these books and everything too. So definitely going to do that. And everyone is just loving the Thieves. So like I said, it was in stores last year, did really, really good numbers and everything. And I'm happy to collect this as a trade paperback and everything. So day one tier, $30. Okay. And you will get a metal bookmark. So make sure that you're checking that out and everything. So that's day one tier. And if you're digital, if you just like digital and don't want the physical, you got the digital, edition right there. We got signed copy. I still have metal copies of the first issue. So check this out. So for those who have, let me see if I can get that back up. Yeah. So for those, who like a metal cover, this is the first issue of the Theme of Thieves. So that's a metal cover edition. So, check that out and, please pledge to that. Let me get back into it. There we go. All right. All right. So we got the Comicsburg trade paperback bundle, 65. You would definitely enjoy that. So, that collects like the Theme of Thieves, the Edge, and Beowulf. The retailer bundle, like I said, is 65, and you also get like a exclusive T-shirt. You can get a guest spot on the Nerd Encyclopedia channel where we talk about everything like Star Wars and pop culture stuff. So definitely get on and talk with us or talk with me about some stuff. Pledge to this, and not only do you get the Theme of Thieves trade paperback, we'll also get you on our channel. All right. Ruben Gonzalez's, black and white sketch, 150. This is all digital, so but like I said, it is personal, and you will get also a copy of the Theme of Thieves trade paperback with that. Same way with the color. And then we have like the whole Theme of Thieves bundle experience. So with this, you actually get everything. I have metal copies of the. So I have metal copies, a couple left that you guys could, let me pull that up. All right, there we go. So metal copies of the covers, okay? And you can see that, metal and everything. So you guys will definitely enjoy that if you get that. So it's only a few left. So basically make sure that you check that out. And that is basically it as far as the thing there. So yeah. So day one, like I said, if day one backers will get like a not only the Theme of Thieves book, they will also get, like I said, a metal bookmark for your book that you could put inside the book. Okay. And we do have, like, add-ons as an add-on if you want to have that put on and everything. So definitely. Yep. We got some Comicsburg folks on here. What's up, Grant? What's up, Marvin? Yeah, you can come on here, buddy. Talk your stuff. LaRonda. Yeah, there goes there. Okay. That's my dad right there. All right. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for checking out and everything. So we're going to make this quick. I'm going to run through some of the other things that we got going on with Comicsburg here. But like I said, just make sure that you guys going back. Day one, you will get not only the Theme of Thieves trade paperback, you will also get the bookmark, the metal bookmark that goes with it. So all physical backers today and up until tomorrow at midnight, everyone that backs a physical pledge will get the physical tier, will get the bookmark included with their pledge. Thank you. All right, so we are going to look at another Kickstarter here. Okay, got that. So the next Kickstarter we're going to check out is Sam Johnson. He hit me up the other day and it said, DP, I want to do a collab with you and everything. I want to cross promote. You know what I'm saying? What you got for me? What you got for me and everything? And he has his Cabra, the Geek-Girl, crossover, about to end today. So it's about 8 hours left in this. So I wanted to get a chance to highlight that. And we're going to go ahead and play the video. He's done some really good stuff. And the Geek-Girl, I mean, if you're really into, a good superhero, adventure and everything, with, just some comedy and everything, I mean, you'll definitely enjoy, some of this. And like I said, it's a crossover too. So let's look at the video and check it out.
Now, drug dealer Jacob Trencher has been robbed, shot, and left for dead. But using his occult magic, he has survived and hired Cabra Cini to find the person responsible and take care of things, which is going to put Cabra on a collision course with It Girl turned superheroine Geek-Girl, as that person is a member of Geek-Girl's new super team.
All right, so that was Geek-Girl on Cabra Cini, and definitely go and check out his Kickstarter. And you'll see it in the show notes and everything, especially if you're on YouTube here. You'll see it in the show notes. That Kickstarter. So definitely go ahead and back that. It's about like a few hours left on it. So like I said, if you're in a good good comedy, superhero stuff, you're definitely going to enjoy that. Let's get into my man from Comicsburg, Marvin Wynn, The Edge. And he actually has an action figure that'll be coming out pretty soon and everything. And I think you guys are definitely going to enjoy it. So let's check out his video. All right, so that's the edge right there. So basically, you know, like I said, all the links are going to be in the show notes and stuff. So make sure that he's at 51%. He's halfway there in about like 30 days to go. Go Marvin, go Marvin. Yeah, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. Make sure that you guys going back. It reminds me of like G.I. Joe with the action figure with like the posing and everything. It looks like it's a little bit more agile too and everything. So maybe, you know, he can have like, you know, do some running, jumping and everything with some stop motion stuff. That would be some really crazy stuff and everything. So definitely go and check out the Blain action figure Kickstarter if you want to have a toy collectible. You know, he has that and have some really good stuff in his project and everything. So the next thing we're going to check out is Memoirs of the Morbid from Grant Lankard. Okay, so he's another one of our favorite Comicsburg creators. You're definitely going to enjoy his stuff. It's spooky season, guys. It's spooky season. So if you're looking for some good you know, stuff to read during this time of year and everything, you definitely got to check out some more Memoirs of the Morbid. You know, the first 2 editions did really good. So let's check out this video, see what he got.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. So don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
Booyah. Oh, man. Okay. I'll tell you one thing, Grant. That's a really good video. A really good video. Really good way to actually get you into the stuff and sell your product and stuff. I mean, Comicsburg just put some good stuff together too. Marvin's video was just like awesome and everything. We got some really good stuff. It's short and sweet, to the point. But, you know, it's spooky season. So, you know, he had the voices in there and everything. It had like the images just going back and forth. So it's spooky season. If you wanted something good to read, you know, for this time of year and everything, please go and, you know, grab this pledge to this Kickstarter and everything. He had 34 days left. And Comicsburg is always making their goals and everything. We're like 100%, you know, track rate and everything, and we're not failing anytime soon. So make sure that you go back this stuff, you know, and everything. So we're going to look at our last Kickstarter, Comicsburg affiliate, Cataclysm stuff. So let me go ahead and pull that up and let's play his video. My man William, you know, it has some really good stuff, you know, with the trillion and everything. So let's go ahead and see what we got. There we go. All right, here we go. Cataclysm. All right, let's play the video.
Hey guys, William L. Glover here, and I'm here to talk to you about my comic book company, Cataclysm Comics, and to tell you really quickly about a few comics that we have to offer. So Cataclysm Comics was born in September of 2016. I was part of a nerd group on Facebook, and they wanted to honor Jack Kirby by drawing some of Jack's more iconic characters. And I popped on with the magnificent idea of saying, I think Jack would be more honored if we created our own characters. As a matter of fact, why don't we all just come together and form our own big-ass comic company? After I said that, my inbox started flooding left and right with artists and writers and people who had ideas for characters and stuff. And fast forward to now, we are actually a company called Cataclysm Comics. Cataclysm Comics is a bunch of creators from all over the world. We have people from England, Africa, Canada, and several other countries. who have come together to form this comic company. Today, I'm going to talk about our series called Trillion, which is our first series that we have released. Trillion is about a young lady named Trisha Leone who was left for dead after a hit and run. And her family's poor. They're unable to pay for her medical bills. And a rich asshole comes along by the name of Richard Collins. And Richard Collins is a capitalist, so he sees a business opportunity and he offers to save Trisha's life. He tells the family that if they sign a contract, then he will save her life. The family does it. They don't read the contract. He puts $1 trillion worth of cybernetics within her body, and now she has to basically do his dirty work in order to pay back the $1 trillion that she owes him. The art is done by Victor Pinello, who lives down in Mexico, and the story is written by Joseph Stevenson, who lives in England. I'm just going to show you a few of the pages. This is some very beautiful art done by Victor Pinello, who also, he's done everything. The pencils, the inking, the coloring, everything. Victor is amazing. These are the first 5 pages of issue 1. Just to kind of give you guys a glimpse of what the comic looks like, and what you will be in for if you decide that you wanted to purchase it. Okay. Next up is Trillion issue 2. Issue 2, this cover here was designed by Teddy V. Barnes, who lives here in the States. Issue 2 is about a fabric company named Aratne Fabrics, who has an uprising going on. Trisha is sent out there basically to quell this uprising, and she runs into her first supervillain known as the Chemistress, who basically is stirring up trouble with the uprising. So once again, I'm going to show you the first 5 pages so that you can see for yourself the artwork that is done by Victor Pinello. And that is some of issue 2. Issue 3 dives into the music industry. There is somebody leaking music from older records, and DJ Chrono has asked for Trisha to try to find out who is leaking the music. Once again, first 5 pages, just to show you. The artwork, once again, is done by Victor Pinello, and it is written, once again, by Joseph Stevenson. The last issue, issue 4, has Trisha sneaking into a country who is run by this dictator known as Horsepower. She is sneaking in to try to do a job for a evil corporation, but is caught by the dictator. But however, what is going on is that she has been going for so long without food and water that her body is starting to shut down.
All right, so that was Trillion. So make sure that you guys are, checking that out and everything. I mean, Comicsburg has some really good stuff going on. So if you're if you want to support like indie stuff, indie comic creators, Comicsburg is the way to go. Comicsburg has been here for like the past 4 to 5 years. And we basically started as a collective, just going around the different conventions, trying to combine, finances and collaborate, just on like a physical forum to make sure that, we're all good with each convention that we go to. And we still do this to this day and everything. We got into like the whole publishing game. We're all also, publishing our own stuff. We've gotten our stuff in the stores. So this is Comicsburg. So you're definitely gonna, enjoy all that. Let's go back to which you came here for, the Theme of Thieves, and check that out one more time before we end the session. Thanks again for everybody who stopped by. Thanks again for everybody who's back so far and everything. And you guys are definitely going to enjoy what you get with the Theme of Thieves. And like I said, day one backers will get like all the metal bookmark and everything, you know, included in their pledge and everything. For backers, so forth. Woof, woof, woof. Hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood and everything. That makes a boy feel good. They can actually come on this platform and actually, you know, tell about his stuff and everything and actually get it out there. Because like I said, I don't do this in a vacuum. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm out here actually, you know, making sure I'm pubbing the thing, making sure I'm actually getting you guys to know, you know, what's going on and stuff. Because it's not an easy thing to do. You know, me, Grant, and, you know, Marvin will tell you this Comicsburg thing has been, you know, it's been a deal, you know, just going through. And shout out to my man Manny from Herrenberg, who's also the fourth member, you know, of Comicsburg. And shout outs to our affiliates like Isaac, you know, William from Trillion, you know, and also Paige, you know, who does his thing with Blowtorch down in Florida and stuff. So you guys make sure that you guys are going on to the Kickstarter. You got the QR code right there, you know, say, so get your phones out and go straight to the click on the link in the QR code and make sure that you pledge. Day one gets you some good stuff. You will get the Theme of Thieves trade paperback and a metal bookmark. Booyah! A metal bookmark, you know, to put inside your book. You know, not only my book, any book that you got right there. So make sure that you guys are going to that day one, that lasts up until tomorrow night at midnight and everything. And you guys will definitely enjoy what you get once you get it and everything. So do I have anything else to say? You know, I thank you for everybody who came on here. You know, I'm so sorry. You know, if you wanted to see me at 12:30, I started like real late. You know, I do have a day job, you know, so I got to support it. So if this was my full time, I would be full time with you guys and everything. But, you know, I started a little late, you know, ran over on a call and everything, but finally I'm here. So, you know, it's better. If you can't be, I don't even know what to say and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just rambling and stuff here. Make sure that you guys are going to the Kickstarter, like I said, back now. Look at all the tiers, find out what you want, and then go ahead and make that pledge. All right. So I'm gonna play the video one more time, and then we're out of here. All right.
This your friendly neighborhood DP Brown, writer and creator of The Theme of Thieves and co-owner of Comicsburg.
I really enjoyed these three comics here. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's definitely a very heavy storyline.
My name is DP Brown, and I'm the creator and the writer of The Theme of Thieves. I'm from Cleveland. Look, I love comics, and I created a time-traveling adventure that will teach as well as entertain you. The Theme of Thieves is about two teens, Rebecca and Jason, and a mysterious being called the Man in the Red Suit, who travel through time to try to solve the mystery of why people are disappearing in the present. So when the Kickstarter is done, I plan to finish the artwork for the issue, do a small print run for all my backers, make the exclusive metal items and stickers for the campaign, and also put funds towards making issue 5. I want to thank everyone in advance who made it this far in the video. But don't take my word for it. Here are some others who checked out The Theme of Thieves.
It's a great book. I can't wait to see what DP has for the rest of the series.
Theme of Thieves is great, and I'm curious to see where this goes, see how these characters change and evolve, and what the mysteries are unfolding, because there's still a lot to be uncovered, why people are disappearing.
And all of those Krayzeman scenes are always really well done. Guys, I really, really dig those sequences. But what changes with those sequences is the way that I interpret that character in the story. No, this dude is just being thrown around and doesn't understand it either, which I like. It's like a whole different phase of the character I did not know was going to happen. You took me by surprise, DP. You took me, and now you got me.
So this is a sample copy. So basically what you're getting in book 1, the first 4 issues that was in stores last year, and you will also get a bonus copy preview of Echo of Evanescence, my new novel that will be coming out in stores next year. I cannot wait for you guys to see this book, and I cannot wait for you guys to get real excited about what's happening in the issues and also in the book that'll be coming out next year in stores. Okay, so you actually get a 24-page preview when you get the graphic, or where you can get the graphic novel trade paperback.
Here's what I need you guys to do. Go to the story section in this Kickstarter. There's a preview to my comic. If you like what you see, make the pledge. Pledge now, people. It's that time. 24-hour. Well, today up until tomorrow night. All right. It's at midnight and everything. Make that pledge. You will get the trade paperback and also a bookmarker and everything. And anything else you see on the site, retailers, if you go on a Comics Per bundle, you're definitely going to enjoy it. So thank you again for watching, and be safe out there. All right. Peace out.
Rage